The idea of dropping water on forest fires from aircraft was suggested as early as the 1920s. Sporadic experiments took place throughout the 30s using a variety of containers, such as these 10-gallon bombs, made by soldering together 2 kerosene tins. The containers were designed to burst on impact and splatter the surrounding area. The results were not too encouraging, and the falling objects endangered ground crews. The aerial bombing experiences of World War II triggered renewed interest in the concept of aerial tankers. In the early 50s, with the devastating results of wartime firebombing still fresh in mind, Deputy State Forester James Mace of the California Division of Forestry spearheaded a drive to institute an intensive study of fire behavior and new fire suppression methods. He obtained the cooperation of Dr. Keith Arnold, fire research specialist at the University of California, Berkeley, and Operation Firestop was born. In 1954, the U.S. Forest Service, along with some 30 other fire agencies, pooled their facilities, experience, and manpower to convene a one-year research project. Headquartered at Camp Pendleton, the extensive Marine Corps base in Southern California, the project had the support of the Armed Forces, the U.S. Weather Bureau, as well as private industry. One of the programs of Operation Firestop was the extensive testing of aerial bombing methods. A Navy Avenger torpedo plane was modified by installing a 600-gallon plywood tank in its bomb bay, waterproofed with a rubber weather balloon. In test, doors of the tank were electrically released and the balloon burst, drenching areas up to 90 by 275 feet. This successful experiment led to further modifications, and the TBM led the way to the modern aerial tanker. However, the first extensive field use of the retardant bombers had a more humble origin. In 1955, Joseph Ely, fire control officer at Northern California's Mendocino National Forest, had an idea. He talked to crop duster pilot Floyd Nolta about developing a way to use a Stearman biplane as an aerial tanker. A week later, the innovative Nolta had cut a hole in the bottom of his plane and fitted a release gate operated by a pull rope. Tests made dropping the 100-gallon charge looked very promising. On August 13th, Floyd's brother Vance had an opportunity to try out their contraption on a real blaze. A hunter's fire had escaped in the Mendocino forest and was burning about 500 acres of timber and brush. Vance shuttled his little biplane back and forth between Willows Airport and the fire's edge to drop his load on the hottest spots. The results were hardly spectacular, but they did assist the ground crews in holding the fire line and qualified the air tanker as a valuable addition to the firefighting team. After these first operational drops, Ely organized a 7-tanker squadron of Stearman and N3N agricultural airplanes for the 1956 fire season. Now, chemicals were added to the water to reduce evaporation and improve its fire-stopping ability. These borate bombers, as they were called, participated in the control of 23 fires by summer's end, dropping a total of 123,000 gallons of retardant. Encouraged by these field trials, the Forest Service again turned to the larger Navy torpedo planes. 8 of these aircraft were fitted with 400-gallon tanks to form a firefighting air force. As time went by, a variety of war surplus planes joined the ranks, such as the lumbering PBY flying boat, the Air Force's sleek B-26, and the Navy's Mammoth Mars with its 7,000-gallon payload. New planes have also been designed specifically for firefighting. Built to fill its tanks while skimming over the water, the Canadair Super Scooper was developed in Quebec to take advantage of Canada's extensive inland lakes and waterways. This agile amphibian can drop up to 8,000 gallons of water per hour for wildfires.